Hello everyone, today we're going to see the build of the current rank 1 Aphelios from Korea, 1278 LP. Even though the brother is not an OTP, right, because he has 19% play rate, he has plenty of games with Aphelios and his build is very interesting and very fun to play. Right now I'm using it. The only thing that I would change here, is the Conqueror into PTA. But dude, it is amazing. It is amazing going double under the force, the bloodline, gathering store, Nimbus cloak. It is so good. And on top of that, the level up is what gets me going, bro. This level up, W into max, into 3 doubles into max Q. It is amazing. It's beautiful with Jomus. I cannot, bro. It's so good. Okay, so let's watch it right now. Let's watch it. I actually played 3 games out of that. The thing that I changed was not going the Conqueror, because brother, I'm not getting Conqueror. Come on, I tried Conqueror one time, it was awful for me. I'm not doing that again, and I'm going PTA instead. So one thing that you can do with this build is this, to destroy that rat, you know. Now this was a solo carry match where I had to give everything from me to carry this kind of thing, and the matchup is it's a little bit tricky, right? A little bit crazy. Let me break down the build right now while we're watching the lane phase. First thing, why I'm not going Conqueror? I think Conqueror is very good, but I don't know how to use it. I do not know how to use it. I do not understand why people are spamming it. I do not get it. I just do not get it. I try to see the approach, and I think the approach might be like 7Q into Crescendum, random down with Nimbus cloak and Jomus active, right? I think that would be the approach. But for me, it's like you force to work with just one weapon rotation, with just one weapon combo that only works in that specific scenario. If you are playing in a control, teamfight, control type of match, you know, if you're not like that, then you just have to play with whatever you have, right? I try to control the weapon rotation, and I try to make it the best for the current approach, but it's not easy when you are doing that. You're trying to do that in Diamond or Master Hero, you know? Either way, I tried Conqueror. I just wanted to calibrate all myself in-game. Now I'm going PTA. And I go PTA because PTA is way more consistent. In this spot, I would have done some auto attacks with Conqueror, but I do not think, correct me if I'm wrong, please do correct me if I'm wrong. I'm more than happy to be educated into this rune usage, to learn more, and to be, like I said before, corrected about this and keep improving, okay? But I think, and this is my guess, that I'll be doing way more damage with PTA than with Conqueror, because Conqueror will stack up, right? You get 10 more AD, maybe if you stack the 10 stacks, right? Because like 1.2 another force, 1.2 AD, so you get around 10 AD, maybe 14 AD when it's fully stacked. But since I'm just doing short trades, and no way shaping world here, I'm stacking it yet. Maybe here I get 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks, right? 6 stacks with a follow-up 7 stacks, because it counts as an auto attack. 7 stacks, 1.2 AD, I get around what, 10 AD? So does that 10 AD in that auto attack is it more than me getting 40 damage out of my PTA proc? Or do I get more with PTA and then with an extra 8%, I believe it is, from PTA, right? Like before, I would say that PTA is not that good. Now I say PTA is good because you can reactive PTA, even if you have it active already, and you can proc it. And again, that damage increase on all targets, not just the target you proc it, right? That's why I think it's so good right now. Now, second thing, another thing I love about this build, the presence of mind allows you to play in a very aggressive way with your weapons. Here it doesn't pay off that much, to be honest, in this specific matchup, but in the rest of matchups it actually pay off a lot, because this presence of mind allows you to stay in lane, to stay in game without having to recall for mana and without having to just run away because you cannot look for trades, or you are trying to keep your mana healthy, right? You're trying to keep your mana in a good position where you can have 60 into 100 for the ultimate. With Persona, you don't have to do that. You can actually counter-engage, you can proactively look for trades, because I know a lot of people say this, and I have heard this comment so many times. People say, Aphelios does not have mana issues in early game. My man, if you don't have mana issues playing Aphelios in early game, it's because you are just AFK in lane phase, okay? Let me be honest with you. And the reason why it's like that is because you may think you don't have to trade. You are a scaling champion that you just need to scale, and you're not actively looking for ways to proc your PTA with Severun, where Infernum, auto-attack to Infernum Q into Calibrum Q, because that's my weapon rotation, by the way. You want to check it out, make sure to take a screenshot. It's very cool, very good, very useful. Anyway, continuing with this, Person Mind is actually very helpful, okay? Now, there is another point here, there is another approach. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this small trade. Let's go back and let's look at this beautiful thing. Now, why is this happening? Why are we allowed to take this kind of trade with Lucian, even though he has a kill lead and assist, and I have nothing, and I only have 2 launchers? The reason why we're allowed to take this is because we have leveled up 3 points into W into 2 points into E. That's what I mean when I say this skill order is so good. I kind of messed up my weapon rotation with that last Calibrum Q, but so far it is pretty good. Now, because of those 3 points on W, I'm allowed to use a step up and trade auto attacks. And instead of making it look like he just dashes on me and I have to just run away and not trade, I can auto attack him. I can contest the trade and I can fight it. It is not perfect, but it's way better than before, especially against Lucian. And as I was saying, there is another point why Presence of Mind is in play here. The another point why Presence of Mind is in play here is because if you think about it, why do you want Triumph? Okay? Question, why do you want Triumph? Quick question. If you say heal, great, cool. Yeah, healing is a main factor on Triumph. Now, if you say something like it allows you to snowball, okay, that is the trick part, right? That is the trick question. That is the tricky thing. Why is that very particular situation? The reason is that Triumph is a rune that it does help you win more when you are already winning. Okay, it doesn't help you to get into the position of winning on the first hand. It is a non-existent rune if you are trying to create scenarios, okay? That is the main issue with Triumph, and that's what I would consider. Like, I use autopilot Triumph because is there a better rune? I'm not really fond of Presence of Mind, but the way that he's making it work with this setup, with Jomus, it is just amazing, especially with W and E Max. And I love that so much. I like that so much. I enjoy playing this type of setup because it's so aggressive, and at the same time you scale into late game. It's beautiful. I like it so much. I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm just very happy to play this build. Anyway, Triumph, it is good if you are already getting elite. Triumph is not that good if you're not getting elite. Like, for example, here, even my execution is not perfect because as soon as I saw the Lucian flash, what I should have done is just flash behind him so that way I dodge the ultimate while using my Nimbus cloak. Now, you can tell this match is far from perfect, but there are plenty of things that I get from my rune setup and the build pad with the level up that I'm going that helps me carry this game because, yes, I end up carrying the match, you know? I'm not saying my team is a bunch of useless raccoons because they are not. Rel managed to flash and notice that I need her help, and she made me secure that kill. But then again, my team was not the main factor why we win this game. And okay, Presence of Mind, feel free to change the Triumph. Feel free to play Absurd Life. Like I said before, I'm not trying to make you play this build. I'm just sharing how it works for me. And if you want to give it a try, feel free to do it. I love it. I like it. I'm probably going to spam it so much, okay? Now, second thing with this build is that, well, the bloodline, right? Like, we explain Conquer Order, we explain PTA, we explain Presence of Mind, and now we go for Bloodline. Bloodline is a rune that is very useful for for late game, sorry. But the thing with Bloodline is, okay, before going over that, look at this thing. Look at this thing, and look at this amount of auto attacks that I managed to get here because of the W. Even having Bloodline and having Jomus first item. I love my build, bro. I love my build so much. I love my build, I love my weapon rotation. It is so good. Either way, what I was saying with Bloodline is a rune that helps you a lot late game or mid game if you are stacking it. Very hard to stack it in mid game though. Unless you're stomping like a madman. Then again, if you're stomping, whatever rune that you're having works. So, Bloodline helps a lot because it allows you to sustain yourself mid-game, late game, and since Aphelios is a champion that has an insane damage output, especially when you're playing with Crescendum, the rune works flawlessly with the champion, okay? Usually I try not to run it because I look for an early game approach, but I have noticed that I can look for half early game and half late game with this build, right? Like my early game comes from my Jomus, WW, E max with PTA, and look for kills with Nimbus cloak. And my late game comes from Gathering Storm, Bloodline, or PTA of course too, and the playmaking potential from Nimbus cloak. So in that spot, it's a crazy good balance. It's actually an insane good balance. Moving on, I would play Alacrity, but yeah, I'm trying to be better, you know. I'm trying to be a better raccoon. So we are going Bloodline now and testing this build, and I just love it. I just love it. Either way, countdown is the next turn. Countdown, coup de grace. Not much I can say about that. Countdown is just the highest DPS run because most of the time you are just poking enemies and not really engaging. Listen, look at that. Look at that down mistake. Isn't that amazing, bro? You know why I find this mistake so cool, so amazing? Because even if Rael could have saved me there, even if I make a dumb mistake like that, game is not over. The game is not over. You know why game is not over? Game would be over 100% if I were playing full early game. Why it would be over if I'm playing full early game? Because if I had biscuits and cosmic insight, I do not have that much late game scaling, okay? Especially with Alacrity, I do not have that. It's just not there. My early game is insane, and I can look for so many things. But if I make 1-2 mistakes, game's over. Just straight up over. So far, I have made 2 mistakes. I'm maybe gonna end up making even 3 mistakes next in the match, okay? But we can still play the game. We can still play the game, and we can still play for late game. So this balance, I love it. Now, second thing with the, secondary runes, Nimbus cloak. Nimbus cloak is a rune that helps you so much. Why does it help you so much? Because that extra move speed is so vital for Aphelios, and the thing why it's so vital is because of the versatility. Why the versatility? That is to say, you wanna run away while shielding yourself, barrier. You wanna dive them in with Crescendum, but they are a little bit far away. Crescendum ultimate into flash. Easy. And you have so many more approaches that you can look for in the game just with Nimbus cloak. And the playmaking potential that the rune has is insane. Like listen, you might be thinking, you might be saying, you might be even like reaching to this type of conclusion, brother, there is a new build every 2 days. I'm sorry, but the meta changes, bro. The new patch drops, new champions are in meta, and in order for you to adapt to those new champions or the meta changing, you need to adapt your build, you need to adapt how you're playing. Suddenly, I try to follow up that with a Crescendo ultimate, brother flash, not really ideal. I would have loved to try to fight there more, but to be honest, at that spot, I wasn't really feeling confident on my kiting skills. One of the reasons I'm playing 120, so most of the time is spiking to 140. So I'm struggling still about the ping, okay? But I'm not saying this to complain. I'm just explaining my thought process behind it, because at the end of the day, I just want to be a better player, and I don't care if it's 100 ping, 120, 140. I just want to be better. Anyway, Gathering Storm as the last rune is helping you way too much, you know, like way too much, because you get Gathering Storm minute 20. It's a very good rune. Minute 10 is whatever. Minute 30 is insanely good. At minute 40, you are just a demo. You are actually a demo. Minute 40 with Gathering Storm, and then that is pretty self-explanatory. Just a lot of raw damage. Then adaptive force into early game health. Early game health to try to survive the early game, and double adaptive force to make sure that you have enough damage even though you're maxing double juice, you know. Now, I understand that some people might think that 3 points in Q is good. but that was the old Q, which was 5 AD level 1, 4.5 level 2, and 5 AD level 3, right? That follow-up, that build path was born from that that is the strategy in the past. Right now it's not like that, so, and even when Q is buffed, it's not as good as WE. Like you can go and do the math, which one is the one that provides more gold efficiency, WE, and the chances are that W is the best one, right? But then again, W is something that you're gonna do because you're gonna do fast auto attacks, but is that gonna be good enough? It's not gonna be good enough. So the 3 points in W to imitate the alacrity, which gives you 18% attack speed, and the attack speed rune share that gives you 12, so 30% in total. On the other hand, with W on 3 points, you have 9 per level, so you have 9, 18, 27% at level 3. So that translates into having almost the attack speed that you would get from alacrity and attack speed rune shard level 3, and then you max lethality when you're stacking lethality with Jomus to translate that into increased burst potential and increasing your damage output. Because looking at champion auto attacks and even Drake's Mountain Drake, only because Mountain Drake has 44 armor and the rest of the Drake have 22 armor, you're gonna end up doing true damage to any target that has 51 armor. So that's very good. Either way, when you're doing this build, the focus is playing aggressive early game and then being able to translate that aggressiveness, even elite or not, into mid late game while having Jomus and Nimbus cloak to look for a very aggressive plays, okay? That is the main focus. Either way, there are things that we might want to change in the future, like Jomus into Collector, maybe not, Jomus into Infinity Edge, maybe, Jomus into Infinity Edge into LDR. I'm not sure yet. I'm just following the build, and it's almost into Collector, into Infinity, into LDR. It works very well, and I'm liking it a lot so far. As you can tell, we are getting a little bit of elite, but we are not really winning the game, you know? Like, we are not getting ahead, we are not stomping anybody, and surely we are not getting Drakes. So at this moment, we're just trying to scale and clear up all the minions that we can, and now back on the game, focus on the game more than anything, and giving up a little bit about the runes. You guys understand now. Our main goal in this match, after what you have seen, is surviving and getting to late game. And that is something I love about this build, because usually when I play the Biscuit and Cosmic Insight, I know that build is like insanely high reward, but also high risk. This build is not that high reward because you cannot look for crazy 1v3s or 2v3s in bot lane, but your late game is gonna be very stable, you know, like you get to mid late game and you're gonna be able to output a lot of damage and still be able to sustain yourself. And one of the reasons why you are allowed to do that is because bloodline and because the damage from Gathering Storm. Now here comes a little bit thing that is very important and very fun to me. Because you see the lantern, Gravitune, and I'm waiting for Piego to take it, and once Piego takes it, I'm using Inferno Auto Attack, into Inferno Ultimate, into Inferno Q, and I'm allowed to do all this. I'm allowed to survive all this for one main reason. I'm healing with Bloodline, you know, it doesn't look like I'm healing that much, but I'm getting a little bit of health there, more than enough to make sure that I survive this encounter, you know? Like 134, 14 every auto attack. Maybe I heal 200. Maybe I heal what? A little bit. You need to keep in mind that I had also healing reduction because Ignite. But still, the damage that I get from a 20-minute Gathering Storm, very good. And the extra healing plus HP that I get from Bloodline, because not only you get lifesteal with Bloodline, when you finish the quest, you also get extra HP. Either way, it is amazing. It's amazing the burst potential you can get with this thing, and on top of that, the sustain that you get. And it's just not display. Display decides a big portion of the game, but it's not just display. Another thing that I like a lot is that I don't have to wait for me to be full health, right? Like usually I have to wait for me to be very high health to get out of the fountain, because I know I'm not gonna be able to heal myself. because no bloodline. But now that I have bloodline, I just walk up. And I heal myself in lane. And being able to keep yourself healthy to stay more time in the game and out of the base translates also into more CS. As you can tell, I did not have a great lane, because I died 2 times there, and even then, I'm 180 minions. It's not perfect, of course it's not perfect, but it's way better than I would be usually be having if I'm dying like this against an oppressive champion like Lucian. Either way, even if Lucian is a little bit oppressive, he doesn't scale as well as I would. And here I'm trying just to clear smart, slow, without committing too much. And why is slow? Because I cannot really clear fast without Infernum, you know? And if I overstep to try to get close to the minions, I'm just gonna end up dying. We are still looking for fights, and I still make mistakes, okay? I don't wanna say that I played this perfectly, but my runes allow me to keep playing the game. And that's the thing I love about these runes and this build. Because here in this spot, I'm trying to think, bro. Like, I would love to use Wake Up and Jomus and Graviton Q, but I don't feel confident on myself with this pin doing that. My Gragas Inter, he failed. It is what it is. I press barrier, I get hit by the CC, then I flash and I use that extra Nimbus cloak to put some space. I guide max range, Inferno, auto attack, Inferno, Q. Oh my god. Do you see that? Severin Q. Lovely, bro. Lovely. And the extra move speed that I get from Jomus too helps me a ton. Helps me a lot to survive these encounters, to actually manage to play these fights without having to die, without having to commit too much, and still having the damage to hit front lane, even though they're very healthy champions, because I'm destroying plenty of their armor that they actually get without even having to get LDR in this spot, and without even playing with Crescendum, you know? So it's a very good outcome, even though we're losing the soul, you know? We're still looking for the game, we're still looking to play, and we get our power spike, right? You know what I like this? Because it feels like you're getting a power spike on every item. What do I mean by that? Because Jomus is like no hands, like actually the strongest fierce item that you can get, like the more reliable and the strongest one, damage wise and utility wise. Why is that? Because you don't have to rely on Infinity Age crits to do damage. You just walk up and you create scenarios with almost move speed. On top of that, it's cheap, very cheap, and synergies as well with your strongest E-Reclaim strat, which is the E-Max, you know? So, Jomus, very good first item. Collector allows you to increase that first power spike while getting crit, and then Infinity Age. Bro, do I even have to explain Infinity Age? Infinity Age is just amazing. Very good item, very useful. And look at this, Calibrum Q, Calibrum Ultimate, Auto Attack, Crescendum Q, Auto Attack, and she's gone. And then with that extra attack speed, I managed to secure the kill on that Thresh with another two red auto attacks. And bro just disappears. And securing these kills, getting this thing, allows me to get even more of a lead, like auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. 3 Calibrum marks from Crescendum turret because of the extra attack speed on turret. So it synergizes well with your Crescendum turret. It's very good. Very good. And as you can tell, the burst potential with this is just insane. When you get Infinity Edge, it's over. Game is over. And the thing that I like the most is being able to heal yourself, because when you heal yourself and you have plenty of damage, you can take almost every 1v1 because you are never in danger. As long as you output more damage than them, and that's something that you should do with Crescendum, you are able to kill every enemy champion that gets in front of you. And the game might look like it's GG, game over right now, but in reality it's not. It's not that easy to secure this game, because we die one time, we get a reset to Viego, and game's over. Game's just over. We cannot burst down that target as easy as it could be. Like you saw Viego getting a kill on Camille, and then we just had to run away. On the fight that was on the river, you know? Either way, our goal is not just getting random fights and play around it. Our goal is playing smart and be mindful of what is happening. For example, Renekton is coming here, Crescendo auto attack, Crescendo ultimate cancel, auto attack, brother disappears. And I can do this because of two reasons. Jomus helps me a lot with the lethality, Collector, LDR, brother has no armor. Second thing, I have bloodline. You know, I have bloodline and late game runes. Bloodline allows me to survive those engages and win my 1v1 because I have an insane amount of lifesteal. And on top of that, I have a Gathering Storm about to be 30 minutes. So there is no way I'm scared here. There is no way I'm scared. There is no way I want to avoid these fights. And another thing here that is very useful and very funny is, look at my one shot, bro. Bro kind of fumbles, but dude, Bio walk up 1 second there. 1 second into one crit. Let's check that out again. Okay. Calibrium Q, Crescendo auto attack, 500 damage. 600 from the auto attack follow up. Another auto attack from the turret, 500. So what? 1600, 1700. Who is the assassin now, bro? 1143 from my turret. 1143 from my turret plus 600 from me. 1700 in just that brief moment. The Bio had a chance to play that. Pro has Tabis, okay? Pro has Tabis, by the way, and a shield bow. Of course, Gragas helped there. Smolder did not, because Smolder did not have any damage at that point, and you're gonna see that after we check out the stats on the match. But it is just great. It's just amazing. We secure Elder Drake and we are not afraid of the pressure. Keep pressuring the enemies, you know. Here I could have played better. By all means I could have. But still, Drake gets engaged. I can step up Inferno ultimate into 2 targets. Victor just disappeared because of that. I auto-attack into Inferno Q. Lucian disappears because of that. I Gravitune to CC them. Oh my god, lovely easing it. Lovely easing it. Lucian just disappeared, bro. He's full HP, okay? Inferno auto attack into Inferno Q. Into Gravitune Q. It's gone. Auto attack Bio is gone. Now, something that I could have done better, something that a human would have done here better is that why don't I have Severo with Inferno, right? Why I'm playing Inferno Gravity? Like, there are plenty of things that could have done way better here. Either way is still insane damage, insane. Of course we have Elder Drake too, right? Of course we have Elder Drake too. But the way that I reach all this damage while being able to play early game and also at the same time while being able to look for scenarios and kite the scenarios and not having is the most important thing, okay? Not having to rely on my team to win the match, not having to rely on my team to look for plays. That is the most important thing that you can get from this build. Because the presence of mind, you look for the trade. And then you have Jomus, you look for the engages and you disengage when you want. Nimbus Cloak, engage and disengage when you want. You don't have to sway for your team, you can fight front to back, they try to engage on you, walk away. Just walk away. And that's it. Now, by the way, we're still Diamond 4, okay? So, listen, it's taking me some time to adapt. It's fine. The build is good. I already got like 2 wins in a row with this thing. Amazing, beautiful. I love it. And as you can tell, 38k damage, okay? I would tell you like, yeah, sure, this build is diamond build. No, but I'm not the one who created this build. It's the guy from 1200 LP in Korea. Not an OTP, but he's spamming this build with Aphelios. And brother, I'm gonna take any help I can get, you know, to climb up here, which is gonna happen. No worries, it's gonna happen. I just need to put more games into this and actually be a better player. Anyway, I hope this have helped you a lot and is reviving your spark to play Aphelios and you want to play more like I do because I want to play so bad. Anyway, thank you so much. You feel like supporting the channel, you can subscribe, you can drop a membership, you can drop sub. Thank you so much. If you really enjoyed the content, drop a comment. It makes my day reading your comments. Thank you. I hope this was useful. Thank you. See you on the next one. Bye bye.